as we started this meditation of the visualization, what is called? The Satchiness Samadhi. Or in the teaching here translated, thatness. Thatness. Thatness is nature. This is absolute Mother Yeshe Tsogyal or Panya Paramata, the Dzogchen status. That is, without any discrimination, without any grasping, without any subject-object activity, you abiding in the nature as it is. This is not just that we are making up this again. Generally, all this we are not making up. Everything is teaching of the nature, where the nature. For that reason, Buddha teaching is teaching of nature, teaching of where things are. Nothing went up above the nature. Nothing went below nature. Simple, direct, plain nature. Simple nature. The nature is never changed. Nature is always there. As you have the realization of the Satchiness Samadhi, as you understand that, we should keep up that realization throughout the teaching. Not just at the very beginning, not at the very end, but keep all the time that we, as much as we can, that is known as we are standing up firmly the pillar of the unshakable view. That is that. This is a Dharmakaya in the Buddha's teaching according to the realization level. This is a Dharmakaya in the realization level. When you achieve the realization, it is Dharmakaya. When we are talking about the basic ground, this is the ground. This is the foundation. And that's what in the Buddha teaching, in the teaching always, in the Tibetan terminology, this is the basic foundation where everything starts, everything begins. That not just that only starting point and then it's kind of finished. That nature carries and pervades everywhere. It's not, we are not out of that. Whether we realize that or not realize it, nature is always here. We are part of that. Because of that, we are here. It's not something that we are looker and they are doers. Truly, we are part of that. We have to bring that realization. We must be big. We should not be limited and narrowed, cornered. We vast as a sky. Sky is open. It's nature. Sky is not just only up here. Sky is everywhere. 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 There is nothing, one single atoms or the molecules that which is not pervaded by the space. I mean, that's what Buddha teaching. Is there's nothing else not pervaded by the great emptiness. This nature what we're discussing. And whether we recognize, whether we don't recognize, doesn't matter. This not recognize the duality. That is called the darkness of the ignorance. It's blocking our direction and clarity, vision and goal, and that is continually blocking that. We become narrow and narrow and narrow, smaller, smaller. Our understanding becomes so narrow, only so narrow, looking through the holes of the eye, the needles in a way. Looking the holes of the eye through the eye of the needles. That's how our views become so narrow, because duality that created by one's own self. So the first of all is this unshakable view is the foundations. And from there, the second view, the nail. Second thumbnail or nail or the pillar, I translated those few words. But whatever suits that and is then the meditation on the deities. Deities, in this case, from that great emptiness, from that great nature, magically arised the deity or the Buddha. This case, Buddha is Yeshe Tsogyal, total enlightened beings. And what is Yeshe Tsogyal? Is love. I said so many times, you know. It's true love and true compassion, true wisdom, and true great blissfulness. beyond the attachment and the grasping. That is what the Yihim Tsogyal is. And that the Yihim Tsogyal is never separated from that nature, the first nature. That is the one. Therefore, her body is translucent status. Her body is rainbow bodies. Her body is a reflection moon in the waters. Her body is a reflection image in the mirrors. That is what it is. This is the nature. Every nature is in that status. But this is what we visualize. Through this window, we're going to open whole. This is translucent status. Every form, everything what we see, tangible things, is magical. It's translucent, rainbow, reflection on the moon water, and mirror images. That's everything is in that status. To discover that, particularly this time we didn't discover because again, I'm going back same thing as Buddha said. It's duality. Our grasping made that structure, conquered structures. Otherwise, everything is in that status. To discover that nature through the skill and the technique and the power of the Vajrayana teaching, we began to see ourselves as translucent state, as a rainbow boat, as with the blessings of Yihim Tsogyal. We began to see. When we began to see truly ourselves as translucent wisdom, that rainbow status, then gradually that power, wisdom will shine to all these objects, all these things, then began to see as translucent rainbow body status. When we see this rainbow body status, it's not just a rainbow, but it's absolutely this the body of the loving kindness, as I said, the body of compassion, body of wisdoms. Love and compassion and wisdom are also known as the origin. Originally, they blended in the great blissfulness. This is happy practice. This is joyful practices. This is great blissfulness practices. It's not just a practice we bring some unnatural things, but nature is in that blissful status. Nature is in happy, in harmony, in peaceful status. That we are invoking. We bring up that. We highlight that. It's been hiding so long by the underneath of the dualities, underneath of the ignorance, all the negative emotions, anger, jealousy, hatred, thought, attachment, and arrogance. It hidden that. Today we bring up that. With the power of the teaching of the Buddha and Guru Padma Samye, thoroughly, skillfully, and powerfully, forcefully, we sharing away those old things. With its own natural state, bring up the true splendid quality of the beauty of the nature, the love, compassion, wisdom, great blissfulness. So therefore, this body of the Yihim Tsogyal is blissfulness bodies. Body of the Yihim Tsogyal is love, compassion, wisdom. Bring that relaxation, that qualities, and then have all those full detailed visualizations as teaching explained. All those. Each of those, when we visualize and bring up that realization, what it does in the temporary level, it brings our mind more orderly. Our present mind is so jumpy, so irregularities. It never stays in even one moment. It's jumping everywhere. So irregularity. And for that reason, the great master Garab Dorje said, one of his teachings, sentient beings, mind or duality beings, mind is like so many pieces. So many pieces like that. It's just scattered so much that there is no order in the way. That. And then, for those reasons, all those emotions arise one after another, and then one of the most very kind of disturbance is, then we forget it. Because mind is so scattered, and the dullness arises, darkness comes, because there is no continuing awareness. The wisdom is shining through that. Duality interrupting one after another. The scattered mind, conserving thought, and then it is formed as anxiety, worry, and all stressful, one after another. That because all started with scattered mind and pieces of minds, broken minds. But when we visualize, meditate, we put a mind more thoroughly, more orderly, and more intelligently, that brings the power and the strength of the wisdom, mindfulness, alertness, and consciousness. All those good things will bring up. It is sharpening up. In a way, we in the kitchen, what we do, we sharpen up our sharpers. We sharpen up, glorify the beauties. Therefore, it is profound meditation. Even though we think that meditation is only stay in silence, completely kind of block the intelligence and block that. That we think is true, it is meditation, that is. But that is not the way. Through the Vajrayana teaching, we bring up all this, every beauty and qualities without blocking. Use that as growth and develop and brighten of our beauty in the nature. That is known as Vajrayana teaching. Skillful means practices. So that can bring up that beauty entirely as it is. Maintain that quality is then the second unchanging meditation or concentration on the deities. Or Buddhas, the Yeshe Tsogyal. And the Yeshe Tsogyal is full of love, full of compassion, youthful, smiling, radiating, blissfulness. Yet, moment think of her, it brings up us great confidence. It uplifting us. And it shattered out all the doubt and hesitation. Calm and peace and serenity. So calming, so soothing, so appealing. Because it's our nature. We're touching to the core of our nature. Nature, beauty. It's not just only happen that. It brings more that joy and peace because the nature, as much as we explore the nature, that much it will bring calm, peace, joy, and remove all those unnecessary, unhealthy emotions. Really transcendent to that. We become, therefore, then great heroes or the heroines. And those are known as the yogi and the yoginis. That's what it really brings up that realizations. Things. So that is really the second nail, the nail of the keeping up the visualization. All deities. The third nail is then and concentrating on the mantras now. Because at this time is the particularly we are going to activate our speech into something beautiful voice. The voice that will uplifting ourselves, voice that will give the soothing and the calming and the confidence and support to all the beings. And that is known as the voice of the Buddhas. So we're going to invoke the voice of the enlightenment, voice of the great beings. That is the practice of the mantra. Mantra is not just mumbling only ourselves. Something is true, that is true. But mantra is the opening, the whole beauty of the sound system that exists as sound. And again, and actually, as I said to you, and you all know, we all know, the sound is so powerful. The form is, we can see, is on the tangible levels. But sound is semi-form and is semi-formless. Sound is. For that reason, sound goes deeper than the form. Sound is, in a way, is a bridge between visible and invisible. It goes. And the sound is, therefore, sound is a bridge between our body and our mind. Because it's so connected to our mind, yet it is also so connected to our physical. This is generally, every sound is like that. External sound is true. It's very much connected. But for that reason, in Vajrayana teaching, sound is so powerful, sound is so special, and the sound is connected also with wind. Wind is the part of sound. So therefore, this time we are going to highlight and focus to purify this sound, as I said, to the sound of the enlightenment, sound of the Buddhas. To begin that again, let's begin with us, not from outside, but within ourselves. And now we're going to see the essence in the teaching mentioned here. And what is this? Power of the sound. Sound in the center of the heart. We visualize sun and moon locket. In the middle of the moon, sun and moon locket. This sun and moon are also rainbow body. And also this sun and moon are great blasphemers. And this sun and moon are the union of the skillful means and wisdoms, as I said before. That is what it is. It's blessed. Nature is blessed. It's rainbow. It's wisdoms. In the middle of that locket, as in the teaching said, the bomb syllables. Bomb syllable is love. Bomb syllable is compassion. Bomb syllable is our consciousness or our essence of the mind. Bomb syllable is the essence, therefore is the essence of the wind energy too. Is the essence. This, for that reason, in the Vajrayana teaching often said, it is original nature. The origin, undying nature, unending nature, is pure and divine. It is enlightened. This is the essence of our intelligence. Is 5 wisdoms, or the wisdoms that combined. And this bomb syllable, it is appeared as bomb syllables now. Bomb. And the bomb syllable color is, this time as teaching said, white and reddish colors. This bomb syllable is circled by these mantras. Mantras is counterclockwise moving. And it is moving as rotating unendingly in self-reciting. Self-reciting, and then same time is moving as ripples, continually, or as sparrows, continually moving. It is rainbow sound, wisdom sound appeared. And then it went to everywhere, where it is also now with great light coming. Light, those are, as in the teaching said here, the emanating light and pervading all the stable and the moving entities. Everything is pervaded. That means the energy and power of the mantra is pervasive to all this, every phenomena existing. With the color of this light, all have 5 different colors and multiple lights. White, red, yellow, blue, green, and all combination lights that emanate. Everything become as in the next page said. Everything become as totally as it is, that now really truly we begin to see that. Everything, all forms are divine forms or the Buddha forms. All the sound systems are voice of the Buddhas. And all the openness aspects are the totally great primordial wisdom states. That all are within the great blissful states. Everything in that mental, translucid and totally shimmering, wavering, and everything is sparking in that status, and then you reciting these mantras. So concentrate on that as your concentration, maintain your mind and continually reciting this mantra, this is basically known as the thumbnail or the pillar of the mantras, or concentration on the mantras. Well, now what you recite in the mantras here? You recite in the mantras is, again, there is I think 14 syllables. Om, Jnana, Dakini, Bam, Hari, Nisa, Siddhi Hum. This is generally is not created by Buddha Shakyamuni, nor is not created by the Guru Padma Samye or the wisdom Dakini. It is self-reflected echoes or the wisdom that's reflected from the Bam syllables. It's self-reflected voice. So, therefore, it is secret voice. As is arised, then Buddha blessed, Guru Padma Samye blessed or powered, and Buddha empowered, and Yeshe Tsogyal empowered, His Holiness Dongyal Rinpoche empowered. Therefore, it is sacred syllable that will be full of blessings. Full of blessings. Because it's empowered mode. How they can empower? Because Buddha is total enlightenment. Guru Padma Samye is total enlightenment. And Yeshe Tsogyal and so forth. Therefore, their what blessed is not blessed with the conceptions, not blessed with the dualities, not blessed with the emotions, such as anger, jealous, heady thought, or residues of those, or habitual patterns of those. It's totally free, pure from all those negative emotions, because they transcend everything to the ordinary state of great wisdom status. Within that status, pouring out the power and abilities, strength of love and compassion, wisdoms to this world is already self-reflected sound of the true nature. Together with it is blessed by such great enlightened beings. And therefore, this is sacred word, special word. It's not just regular words. It has power, it is blessed. It is then ability to cleanse and purify all the obscurations, negativities, as we chant, as we recite the mantra. Reciting the mantra is not just happening only on the throat, about our mouth and the tongues, but that energy, vibration is going through all the system of the bodies. According to Buddha's teaching or the Vajrayana teaching, all the channels and all the chakras and all the wind, the energies, and all the essence element of the body and our vitality is completely saturated by that powers, or completely soaked in that status. Therefore, it has great power of healing, uplifting, cleansing, purification, and discovering our true and beauty as it is. Because this is so powerful, so special. And as we chant this mantra, and again, concentrating your mind with bomb syllables, and as well as these mantras. Mantras are in the circling on this bomb syllable, this translucid status. Bomb is a translucid or the transcendental rainbow body or rainbow. And then mantra is, all these mantras are also in that status. It is in our heart center. In our heart center. In the center of the heart chakras, right there. And the bomb is standing up, and then these mantras are, garland of mantras are moving counterclockwise. Actually, His Holiness Dongyal Rinpoche didn't say, or in teaching didn't say counterclockwise way or clockwise ways. But mostly female Buddhas teaching mentioned always is counterclockwise. So I think it's okay to visualize as counterclockwise way, because since it didn't make any kind of distinctions, either way I must be okay. So what we do is counterclockwise way. But each syllable is standing, each syllable is life. Each syllable has the power of everything, every syllable in a way. Every syllable's power carries by that one syllable. Yet all combined together, not just separated, all are lively. Stand up. Everything is sound of the wisdom, sound of the blissfulness, sound of love, sound of compassion, all the syllable of love, syllable of compassion, syllable of warmth, wisdom, syllable of blissfulness. They're live, they're active, and full active states, energy states. And then as you chant, mantra is moving forward. And well with these mantras moving forward, as in the teaching said here, said in the last line, the emanating light. Each of those syllables are emanating 5 colors and beams of all the multiple lights, emanating one after another. It's ongoing, unending, or unending. Ending light and power and blessing is continually engaging and moving, first begin to our heart center, and then continually expanded to all our chakras, channels, and then wind, and then continually moving that sparking one after another as moving force. Then toward this external world and phenomena, and as it's being said, it pervaded all the sound systems, it pervaded all the form systems of the phenomena, it pervaded all space systems of the phenomena. Everything is transformed in pervaded, everything is transformed, the same flavor, same quality, same identity of these mantras. Love, compassion, wisdom, and great blissfulness, where they appeared as form, sound, and space. The three Vajra states, totally appeared. And then continually reciting these mantras. When you recite these mantras, as in the as I said the other day too, recite this mantra without any error. In fact, in the teaching said here too, repeat this mantra without any errors, trying to keep up that. Of course, at the beginning of our meditation, our concentration is not so strong, not so stable. Therefore, we can make errors and mistakes. But this is called practice. We should keep adding joy for effort, joy, and trying to be correct. Because that is known as practice makes perfect. Practice will bring to perfect status. It fulfills our goal. We shouldn't think, oh, I can't do this. Oh, it's too much. My concentration is not good. And we use that excuses. We are discouraging ourselves. This is a form of laziness, according to Buddha teaching. Discourage is laziness. We're using that as scapegoats, using that excuse, and then devaluing ourselves deep down. Deep down. That is not. Everyone has the potential. Everyone has capabilities. As Buddha said, gracious kindness teacher said, we all have the Buddha nature. We all have the same nature as the Buddha has, and Padma Samye has, and Dakini himself has. What is lacking? Lacking our joyful effort, our courage, commitment, that pulling out, because duality, that pulled out, down, but otherwise, we are same. What they did, why we not? And Buddha opened widely what's called democratic systems. We can choose what we want. It's not something that we rely somewhere else. Seek mercy, mercy. We have the full capability, full potential. Let work our potential. Let work our capabilities. Let work our hidden courage and commitment. We should not use any excuses. And then, that is what. Therefore, with joy, with great appreciation, we practice. And in errors of those are, for example, first errors of the way when we chant the mantras. What the Buddha said in the teaching said, he said, not too fast, not too slow, not too loud, not too also too soft. Just to keep the same rhythms, and not adding any syllables, not missing any syllables, or shortening any syllables. Everything exactly the same as this is. And then with love, with joy. And then of course there is at least 3 different ways to recite the mantras. And the first recitation of the mantra is, of course, you have to remember these mantras to do that. So with that, when you remember these mantras or memorize these mantras, then there is 3 ways to recite the mantra. And the first is known as repetition of the mantra with this silence, very soft silence. And the second repetition of the mantra is the mental repetitions. And the third repetition is shivering, what's it called? Whispering repetition of mantras. So there is 3 different ways. But always the great masters, everyone said, repeat the mantra with the almost whispering mantras. That the whisper, and that even the scholar always said the tune, high tune or the frequency of our reputation, that if the scholar is someone, the scholar can hear. So that means it's very whisper mantra. But whether you do whatever this repetition mantra you do, same thing, not missing, not adding, extra, and not high, not low. Keep the same rhythm there. That is we continue reciting this mantra. Well, you recited these mantras, and then occasionally bring out more joy, more devotions. Highlighted the spotlight or highlighted of the your joy in your devotions. And occasionally bring out more love and kindness compared to all the living beings. And occasionally bring just a relaxed, that open state, the post-meditation, post the unshakable view. Relax, just often chanting this mantra freely without any thought and conceptions. And sometimes concentrate on the image of the soul. For example, when she is one face, two arm, two leg, smiling, joyfully face, and concentrate on that as translucid state, or Western rainbow body state. With those style and reciting mantra is then concentrating on the mantras. Mantra or the nail, thumbnail of the reciting the mantras, or the pillar of that concentrate on the mantras. Once you did this first nail, second nail, and a thumbnail, then the fourth nail that you can apply. Those are known as the emanating and gatherings. Generally, this is again highlighted, emphasizing of the particular activity that you are performing during your repetitions. And actually, what is this activity? Emanating, gathering is open in the Vajrayana teaching said, it is activity of the Buddhas. Buddha, when you reach enlightenment, what is to do? It's benefiting to all the living beings. Remove their obstacles, disease, sicknesses, and fulfill their wishes. Bring out everything into this enlightened state, calm and peace and joy and soothing states. That is what the activity is. So in this case, you are going to meditate. Meditating, that activity is happening. That activity is happening. In order to do this, then from the heart center, again, these palm syllables, those syllables, these mantras, emanating larval lights. And if you have particularly designated or the targeted beings, and that light went to those beings. And whatever they are suffering, difficulties, immediately removed, instantly, as when sunlight comes, that moment, darkness is gone. Similarly, that powerful light came, the healing light came, and immediately removed all that difficulty, troubles, sufferings. And then, same time, fulfill all the wishes. In the context of the Bodhidharma, fulfilling the wishes of every living being to help to other beings, to fulfill their goal in the context of happy and joy, not fulfilling wishes to harm something or to disturb something, but benefit, bring everything to happy, peace, joy. That is fulfilling. So that all activities are known as the emanating, the activity, beneficial activity that emanated for all beings. And then as well as this following line has, they say the repetition of the activities in this next page, 28. I will go that later too. But that also happening. All these 4 activities by this, fulfilling all the kind. Even though you're not really applying this mantra, this practice immediately, but it's happening. Fulfilling all the activities as these 4 different activities or multiple different activities the beneficial activities are really immediately achieving to every living beings. And then as well as also, it's not just others, but also ours. It is removing all our obstacles, hindrances, difficulties, troubles, emotional problems, whatever we are facing, instantly removed, totally healed, cleaned of physical trouble, mental trouble, emotional trouble, psychological trouble, whatever we are facing, all other beings are facing, instantly removed and purified, completely that. And then, same time, that gathered means all that light went, when it went, and finally is returned back to you. So it is continually ongoing activities, going out and bring back that light in a way. And I mean, it comes back that light, and the teaching says that moment, even your power of the wisdom recognition, so you are already in the powerful state, but it kind of glorified again, most splendid. Yet another, we can have the great confidence that we fulfill the goal. We are in that status. It brought the great, again, re-energize of the realization and practices there. So those are what is known as then these fourth nails. So during this meditation of the repetition mantra, we can think those as like one, occasionally changing the visualization, changing the concentration, and highlight of those one after another. That is known as repeating, reciting the mantras. So there is four different, sometimes highlight of the first one, then the second one, third one, fourth one, or whatever, not exactly that order or one after another, but highlight that. And trying to keep our mind among these four during the repetition mantra, that is known as then the correct meditation, the perfect meditation and authentic meditation, because our mind didn't go out too much, out range of our practices. It means remained in a state of the same that practices. And it's beautiful concentration, beautiful meditation, and then structurally we are also in a way, in a very surface level, we're taming the mind. We're taming, we're displaying the mind. So that is the brilliance of this first part mantra. Then I took this